What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with Game 3 of Team Empire versus the GDB team from the Starseries Season 3, not 4. I casted the first game a couple weeks ago, actually. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And the second game should be up right before this one. So everything is up and running for this best of 3. So the winner of this will move on. The loser of this, I believe, drops down to the loser's bracket. I have no clue. I probably should have looked up that again, but yeah, it's a little bit too late now. But anyway, in the second game, Team Empire won it out with a farming Clinks, a very cool 4-1 style with an aggressive tri-lane. Don't see that very often, but it ended up working out. Their Clinks got way too big for GDB to handle. It's Daedalus, Orchid, MKB, just a whole mess of items, and GDB, they didn't have their primary heroes farmed quite enough to deal with that Clink, especially once he popped his BKB. It was pretty much all over. GDB did win the first game, I believe, with a Pudge performance, so we'll see. This is a LAN event, so there are your heroes that usually rely on latency, like your Pudges, like your Muranas, will be a little bit more popular. In Empire, looks like they're going to go for the exact same thing as they did last game. So far, all 3 picks, a different order, but still the same 3 heroes. The bans are the same as last game, so Undying Wisp from GDB, Bounty Hunter plus the Darkseer eliminating, Team Empire eliminating GDB's long lane heroes. And GDB, well, they stole the Batrider from Empire, so they can't run the exact same lineup. So Empire, they're going to have to make a couple of modifications. But yeah, the Empire, with their Pugna as one of their 4-1 style, played by Blow Your Brain, actually, with Funnick on the Clinks. Kind of a weird hero player assignment that went on, but hey, it all worked. The tri-lane of Pugna, Bane Elemental, and Jakiro really did shut down the Tiny's farm quite a bit. Pugna, Bane, Jakiro don't really need a lot of farm to do well. They got experience through kills, and they really held down the fort on that bot lane. So GDB, I do think they should expect what's coming right now, and they have to make something. They have to make a change because, well, just last game it didn't work for them. They had a Rubik, Keeper of the Light, and a Tiny on that tri-lane, which you would think is a huge, great tri-lane, but Empire just did so well against it. GDB going to pick up the Venomancer, going to pick up some early support instead. They do have the Templar Assassin to solo the mid lane. Batrider could go to that hard lane. Bambo has been known to do that from time to time, but Empire, they're going to ban out the hard lane heroes anyway, make sure that they force the Batrider into that lane, because Batrider in the hard lane doesn't really do all that much. GDB, their first ban in the second ban phase is going to be that Clinks. They know what Funnick did to them last game, and they don't want to go up against that again. Additionally, Team Empire, they're banning out the exact same heroes as last time. I think all 5 are the exact same, so I guess Empire, they just seriously don't like Chen and Enchantress, and well, it's going to work out for them because they're not going to be in this game. Chen Enchantress kind of does mess with the Bane Elemental quite a bit, being such a single target, being such a single target focused hero, especially with Fiend's Grip or something. If you Fiend's Grip someone and then you get stomped, it's like the most depressing thing in the world. So there are pretty good counters to the Bane Elemental. Jakiro and Pugna don't care that much, but GDB, they're going to final ban out the Queen of Plane plus the CK, so they're getting rid of all the heavy hitters that Team Empire could pick up, but they didn't ban out the Outworld Destroyer. Wow, okay, so we're probably going to see something similar as we did last game. I don't know if Outworld Destroyer could solo up the top lane as well as the Clinks, because his lane controls are kind of different. It's not as aggressive, it's more passive, unless you go for a lot of the orb, which most players don't. And GDB, they're going to go straight back to game 1, so it's going to be a mix between game 1 from GDB and game 2 from Empire, and they won each of their respective games, so might as well go back to what works. GDB, playing with the Pudge. Outworld Destroyer is pretty decent against the Pudge. You could disrupt him, but disrupt is the other guy. Imprison him, actual imprisonment. You can imprison the Pudge, and then well, first of all, the mana hits him pretty hard. Pudge is a very low mana pool here, and if you take any of his intelligence, then that's just dandy. But the imprisonment is really just so amazing versus the Pudge, because no dismember, and you could even imprison your friendly, or yeah. And Pugna, you could turn on the Decrepify to Pudge, and then you'll take more damage from Rod. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but it's possible. Team Empire, once again, they do have a lot of lane flexibility. Last time Funnick played the Clinks, but I'm not sure if he's going to take the Outworld Destroyer again. They're going to go for an Omni Knight. I actually do like this pick a lot. Like, a lot. Usually, if you've seen some of my other casts with Omni Knight, I say Omni Knight is a wonky hero. He's melee, but he supports, so he doesn't really... He's kind of weird in the lane. But with this lineup, he works perfectly, because he has 4 ranged heroes to kind of back him up, or to, you know, be the ranged heroes. So he doesn't have to worry about harassment as much. So Omni Knight could be melee, and he could be fine because he'll have ranged support. And also Outworld Destroyer, the main problem with Outworld Destroyer is that he needs a ton of farm to get going. He needs attack speed, he needs intelligence, he needs survivability, but with an Omni Knight, you don't need that survivability. You completely eliminate BKB from the list of items that Outworld Destroyer needs to get. And then once that happens, once Omni Knight gets 2-3 points of repel, Outworld Destroyer could purely focus on intelligence. He could rush the Force Staff if he decides to go for the Force Staff. He could get pretty much whatever intelligence item he wants without worrying about any of his survivability. Of course, Templar Assassin will do a lot of right-click damage to the Outworld Destroyer, but usually the Shiva's Guard is on the docket, at least most of the time, for Outworld Destroyer. So the Omni Knight plus Outworld Destroyer combination, I do like that quite a bit. I'm a large fan of that. On the GDB side, we have Sing Sing playing the Templar Assassin yet again. Black is going to be playing the Pudge, supported by Alex the Venomancer. Kuroki is going to be playing that Enigma, and Bambo is probably going to pick up Boots, and he's going to head towards the bot lane, most likely. Player Brain is once again playing that Pugna. I guess he's the only one in Empire who could play the Pugna. Silent is heading up there with the Bane Elemental, and yes, it's Go Black. Once again, an aggressive tri-lane from Empire. This time, Scandal is going to be captaining the Outworld Destroyer, with the bot lane being Funnick, a solo lane Omni Knight. We've had a couple of tangos owned by Silent, actually. So Omni Knight is going to be going to this bot lane against Bambo. He's not in for a fun time at all. GDB probably did not expect this lane to be a free win, but Batrider, he's a perfectly functional mid lane hero. He could definitely kick the crap out of a solo lane Omni Knight who pretty much has no lane control. Top lane, it's going to be Black and Alex versus the tri-lane, and well, the tri-lane versus tri-lane didn't go well for GDB, so a dual lane versus tri-lane, definitely not going to go well for them. So GDB, they might want to do a little bit of lane swapping, put the Batrider up here, get a little bit more defensive with the tower, and have Pudge on the bot lane, because Pudge versus Omni Knight, Pudge should still win. It's going to be a little bit closer because Omni Knight is a pretty good hero once he can get right up in someone's face and actually duel them like that with his hammer and shit. But it still should be an advantageous position for them. The mid lane is going to be Sing Sing on the TA versus Scandal, and Scandal should probably go for a little bit more Astral Imprisonment as he normally would. Sing Sing should have a pretty decent advantage actually, just because Outworld Destroyer's attack speed is pretty low, and he's a really bursty kind of hero. So the damage that he pumps out comes in short bursts. Hit someone pretty hard, pretty infrequently. So the orb is going to be his best tool against Sing Sing as far as actually killing him. But between Sanity's Eclipse and Arcane Orb, it's going to be very hard for himself just alone to get through Templar Assassin, and Kuroki going to take a Nightmare. Blair Brain, though, is the only one here to support. He's going to blast Kuroki. The body block from Silent will be enough. Right clicks from Blair Brain are pretty hard, but Kuroki should be fine. Going to eat a tango. Needs a couple more right clicks. Will it be enough? It's going to be very close. Silent needs one more. One more Nightmare. Nightmare is going to sleep him to death. Or a blast from Blair Brain. Boom! There goes the Enigma. Blair Brain just blew the crap out of Enigma. First blood being picked up by the Pugna. The aggressive tri-lane already working out for the Empire side. Black is getting a little bit of farm in the tower, but with Alex pulling, it's kind of what you would expect. In the meantime, the mid lane, I thought Scandal was going to be a little more aggressive to Sing Sing. He was like all the way over here, but no, didn't take any tower shots, just chilling. And already, you see Sing Sing is down 9 intelligence, so he's going to struggle to cast any of his refraction charges. I guess that's one way to deal with refraction, deny all the mana. Scandal's going to stack up that imprisonment, and then he's going to be just fine. In the meantime, the jungle, a little bit of a skirmish there. Silent did take a Gale hit. No, yes he did, actually. But he's in a very awkward position. Blair Brain going to try to harass back the Venomancer, but Silent is on the run. He's stuck between a tower and a hard tower place, and he's going to get hit by a Gale again. He should drop to this. I don't think he could actually make it out unless he jukes them all. No, not going to happen. Silent's dead. Goodbye. Who's going to get this? Enigma's going to get it. So Empire playing very aggressively on the top lane. Kind of the Empire thing to do. They're a very aggressive team, but they got first blood. They dropped a Bane Elemental in exchange for Enigma. It's still worth it for them, but I don't think that Bane Elemental should have actually happened. Black has been farming pretty decently. Go Black being left in the lane to farm up, actually. Jakiro is level 2, but with the kill the Pugna and Silent. They're both level 2 as well, so Go Black not doing his absolute best to deal with Black, but when the creeps are over here, you can't really expect that much. Silent still harassing the supports, and looks like Chihiro is actually going to be the one rotating out. Last time on the aggressive tri-lane, Bullier Brain was the one getting the farm. With the first blood, he has picked up his Boots of Speed, and Pugna's already a pretty quick hero, so Boots of Speed is going to help him even more. This Pudge is probably not going to have the best time. He's going to have a lot of denials coming his way, and a lot of harassment if he ever tries to step up and get a couple creep kills. So GDB, they're going to be struggling as far as that front goes. Funnick on the bot lane actually has more creep kills than Bambo. Very surprising, actually. Because first of all, you have the melee versus range inherent advantage that the Batrider has. Then you have the Napalm. I guess the stick charges do help Omni Knight quite a bit since his mana equals his health. So you kind of get double health out of these magic stick charges. Fill it up and then you pop off Purification. That is a lot of health that you're getting back. And Bambo's taking quite a bit of harassment from the creeps, even though he's doing a little bit of damage to the Omni Knight. Funnick's stacking up his charges, and he's going pretty strong versus this Batrider. Can't actually get this kill. In the meantime, the top lane, I completely missed that hook. My apologies. Pugna died over here, so he must have been hooked. That's going to be a free kill for Black. I was watching Omni Knight go to town on the Batrider, because Omni Knight's fun to watch, man. He has this friggin' degen aura and playing games with the Batrider. This is very tense right here. Bambo pops up the Firefly. They're going to try to fight over this 4-minute rune. I don't think Batrider could actually get it. It's going to be an invisibility rune for the Omni Knight, but he's going to have to walk through some fire in order to get back to the lane. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at that. I got to look at this top lane, because Black already has hit one hook. And it was on possibly the most important hero at this stage in the game to hit the hook on the Pugna, who's going to be getting all the farm on this top lane. You can shut that farm down. Well, then that's just great for him. Meantime, the mid lane actually 23 for 12 versus 8 for 3. So the intelligence harassment from the Outworld Destroyer really doing a number on Sing Sing's TA. It's really when you have like 2 or 3 stacks of that imprisonment on you, you can't do anything. You could cast a refraction, but then that's it. That's all you have. That's it. It's all over. Outworld Destroyer hits harder, and you are struggling to survive, and it's really not that fun. Outworld Destroyer is gonna go for a Null Talisman. I want to believe that's a Dagon. I don't think it actually is a Dagon. I hope it is. Actually, I hope for Empire's sake that it's not. I hope for my sake that it is, because Dagon's freaking entertaining, but it's not exactly the best item to go for on the Outworld Destroyer. Unless he goes for like an Ethereal Blade also, which would be freaking ridiculous, but also really bad, I think. But it's a pretty good early item to pick up for the Outworld Destroyer. It gives you a lot of early game boost for. It's pretty cost effective, I guess is what I want to say. And together with the power treads, he will do pretty much fine. Blur Brain can take him Malphite stun. Silent get a Nightmare the Pudge, however. Kuroki is going to make his way out. Blur Brain is self-decrypified. Silent actually Nightmared himself because he attacked Black too early. Black taking a lot of rat damage from himself. He is going to pick up 1 kill, and he's going to commit suicide. Perfect play from GDB right there. I guess, well, it's not perfect because Black died, but suicide is better than nothing, and they did pick up Blur Brain once again. A little bit of a mistake there by Silent. He actually hit the Pudge right before the Nightmare actually wore off, so he himself went to sleep. You'd think Bane Elemental would be a little bit more capable of controlling stuff like that. It took them all the way until like 0.76 to figure out that Bane Elemental could actually wake himself up. It's kind of weird stuff going on there. But GDB, they're getting an edge on this top lane, so I guess that advantage in the bot lane in the last game when Empire were running the exact same tri-lane was kind of a one-time deal. Black now on the hunt for Silent. Silent is going to Nightmare Pudge and dodge the Gale. Silent playing some games right now, but there's a level 6 on Pudge. But if he gets hit by the rock, he's going to die. There's the Dismember. The Ice Path is going to save him, but Silent is hit with the Malphite stun. He's still circling around instead, trying to escape. There's a dual breath on the Black, doing some sizable damage. Black could try to suicide himself once again. He is going to suicide himself once again. Beautiful play by this Pudge. Now Kuroki might be in trouble. Ice Path going to hit. Blast is going to hit as well, and the Urn Charge is going to tick Kuroki down. That's still going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Empire not taking as poor a trade as last time. But the goal of this lane is pretty much to get kills. And the more kills they give up, the weaker the overall strength of the lane becomes. I guess what Empire does have going for them is that Omni Knight is doing remarkably well in this bot lane versus the Batrider, and of course Scandal's doing pretty darn well against Sing Sing. You can see 143 total mana. That's only with level 2 stacks, and Astral Imprisonment is maxed out. So Goodbye. Mana, let's see how much intelligence he has now, like 100 mana? 13 mana. He cannot cast anything. He literally has 1 intelligence. Well, now I guess he has 3 intelligence because he leveled up. So Sing Sing completely negated in this mid lane. Scandal just having the time of his life. Can look for initiation with the help of Silent perhaps. But Croaky's here as well to help Sing Sing, so not sure if it's going to happen. Sonic Trap, he got enough mana for Sonic Trap. Impressive bottle charging, giving him 39 mana. Now Sing Sing looking for a trap from Scandal. Not going to happen. It's instead going to be Kuroki taking a huge blast after Decrepify. Scandal doesn't have any orb, doesn't have his ultimate. He's going to imprison himself. Dodge the Gale, I guess, but a dual-man Ice Path plus a 2-man Blast can do heavy damage to Sing Sing, and Alex should be fine. However, there is not enough damage. Huge blast on the Sing Sing once again. He actually does have a little bit of mana this time. And no one dies this time on the bot lane. Bat Rider. I just saw like Omni Knight's health just tick down, but I was too late. Bat Rider. I guess he stacked up the napalm way too much and just burned him down. There's the friendly imprisonment on side, and then a 2-man black hole. But where's the Bane Elemental? He could disrupt this with the Nightmare. He doesn't have enough mana. He doesn't have enough mana. Croaky is going to take a huge hit from that dual breath, and the black hole, unfortunately for GDB, didn't kill anyone. Blurry Brain getting hooked in by the Pudge, but another imprisonment. Actually, that was on the Pudge, not into Blurry Brain. That is going to kill Blurry Brain. That was, I don't know if it was a mistake, but Scandal probably should have imprisoned the Pugna because Pugna wasn't going to survive from Sing Sing. But either way, a relatively even engagement there, 5-6, where Empire did have. Actually, Outward Ashore only got 1 assist from all that, so using the imprisonment very defensively once or twice, and salving for 200 HP. Really, you just get tangos, man. Okay, who am I to judge the opinions of Scandal? He knows what he's doing, and I certainly do not. All the while, Bambo and Funnick going at it. They did, Bambo at least did get 1 kill on this Omni Knight, so I guess the Purification Repel plus the Magic Stick charge is not enough to actually keep him alive. But Omni Knight starting to get those levels up, and that's what Omni Knight really needs. He can go without gold. He doesn't need gold at all. He just needs levels, especially when he's going to slap that Repel onto the Outworld Destroyer. Starting to get higher in level. He's actually going to go for a couple more points of Degen Aura. Try to be a little bit more aggressive, a little more, add a little more utility to his team. But I do think getting the Repel for Scandal is the correct choice, since Funnick, he got a very early set of Arcane Boots. Also is going to have a very full stick for most of the time. So mana, the mana cost of Repel isn't that big of an issue. Silent is getting hooked on the top lane. Beautiful hook from Black. Caught the tail end of that one. As Bane does drop solo to Pudge. That is going to be his 3rd kill. Doesn't quite yet have that flesh heap, so he's going to have a little bit more strength in the pipeline soon enough. And he's doing pretty decently. Doesn't have that much farm because of the aggressive tri-lane. Pudge is a hero that doesn't exactly need farm. He needs levels. He needs to get those hooks on, and he's level 8, which is, you know, a great level for Pudge. 7, 8, 9. This one Pudge is really the strongest hero on the map. Sing Sing might be a little trouble. He's going to get imprisoned. Ice Path. Ice Path is going to land onto Sing Sing, but there's not enough damage there. It does have maxed out refraction and actually has mana to cast it as well. Funnick has moved on to this mid lane, where he's going to help his friendlies push the tier 1 tower. Sing Sing needs support if he's going to hold on to this. It's going to be Pudge that's teleporting in. Empire, they have no idea that Pudge is around. Gotta watch out for that hook. Scandal especially. Funnick is going to get hooked. He's going to purify himself. No, not in time. Black, perfect dismember, is going to pick up a free kill on the Omni Knight. There goes Kuroki looking for Malphite stun onto anyone. He's going to find Go Black. Black without mana. He's going to drop. Go Black is going to drop down the Macropyre. Not do that much damage. Black is waiting around in a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to actually kill him. Macropyre still doing a lot of damage. There's the drag. Friendly imprisonment though. Scandal's going to save Blurry Brain just for a little bit. But Blurry Brain is sitting in the fire. He's going to drop these Nether Ward doing a lot of damage. Blurry Brain is not going to help him enough. The thing with the Malphite stun amplified by the Decrepify does do him in, as GDB take a 5 kill advantage in this lane. In this game, I'm sorry. Omni Knight unfortunately getting picked off right at the bat. That's the strength of the Pudge. You turn even fights into a fight in your favor. Even though I feel Empire do have the stronger heroes at this point in the game, just the X factor of that Pudge really swung everything into GDB's favor. No Omni Knight. Omni Knight was getting most of the farm for the entire game for Team Empire, and if you don't have him, then you're pretty much crippled. That's your hamstring. You need that to run if you're going to run this team. So Empire not deterred. They're going to go for it one more time. Where is Pudge? He's going to teleport right back into this mid lane. All eyes on this Pudge. If he lands hook onto Funnick again, that's going to be lights out for this team fight. Black is going to look for it. They're all clumped up. Blow your brain. It's a little bit dangerous. He's going to get hooked in. There you go. Pugna's going to drop. Meld hit is going to take him out, and Scandal now going to take a Gale plus a Malphite stun. Repel is going to save him, and a 2-man Ice Path is going to save him even further. I guess Black does have a hook now, but the Macropyre using it to zone out the enemy. Hook is going to latch once again. Beautiful hooks onto Scandal this time. And Empire bleeding heroes. Last time it was GDB who were bleeding heroes, but Empire on this end, it's not a good look for them. Another hook onto the hero, and Golak's going to try to unleash the spell before he dies. Fiend's Grip on the Bamboo is probably going to do him in. No, it's not, with the Black Hole onto 2, plus Alex's ultimate. There goes 1, there goes 2, a triple kill for Black. Batrider picking up the Bane Elemental in that exchange, and GDB extending their lead 10 kills. Beautiful aggressive early game play from GDB. They do have the Templar Assassin for the late game, but hey, when you have a Pudge, oh, please don't die to this. Oh, GHP crit. That would have been embarrassing. Empire, they're still going, but the thing is, they have the late game. They have an Outworld Destroyer. They are trying to take towers and push things that, quite honestly, they don't need to. They do get the tower deny, which is a little bit going for their way, but so far, Pudge has just been such a huge factor. 7, 2, 5, 11, no, 10 strength. Is that 11 kills? And yeah, okay. This is the amount of assists. I don't know what this number is. I've never figured that out. Just mouse over it. 10 additional strength, not bad. That's a free Ogre Club right there. Pudge, such a huge factor in this game, and all the while Sing Sing hasn't died, so their late game is doing just fine. If Sing Sing has been dying in all these engagements, then GDB would be in a little bit of a deceptive position, but right now they're just in a perfect position. They're getting a ton of kills. They have the gold advantage. They have the experience advantage as well. And for their team, for their early game-based team, the experience advantage is just so much more important than a gold advantage. And well, they have both of them, so they're going to be happy either way. They're just holding strong into all their towers. One tower hasn't picked up from the Empire side, the mid lane, which was denied. So not that much pushing going on here, but still 20 kills, pretty early on. Not too bad for a game as far as entertainment value goes. Now they're just going to continue to farm up. Crookie's also been pretty on the ball with those black holes, except for that first one, which he get 2, but no follow up there. So I guess this wasn't his fault. Nothing more annoying than when you get a perfect black hole and then you're like, okay, let's do this. Let's kill them all. I'm channeling my black hole. Where's my team? Where's my team? Oh, there is no team. I'm all alone. I got a 5-man black hole, but now I'm dead because my team is pushing a different lane. They all teleported out and I didn't notice, or something stupid like that. But Empire, they're all in this bot lane. They're going to try to make another push onto this tower, but I don't know if pushing is the best idea for Empire at this point. That's not. If you were going to push, don't pick up the Outworld Destroyer. Pick up the Shrek or something like that, because Outworld Destroyer's pushing is very, very limited. Once he gets to the late game, he can push decently. He has a lot of base damage with that intelligence, but at this stage, you don't want to have Outworld Destroyer and push at the same time. It's either you farm or you push. And if you choose to push, then you don't pick up Outworld Destroyer. So if you pick up Outworld Destroyer, you farm, and you farm hard. He's doing, wait, what the hell? Gold per minute has been like that the entire time? Didn't even notice. I wasn't even looking at that chart. But Outworld Destroyer needs gold. And although in the draft when I was saying, you know, you could kind of replace the BKB with a Repel for Omni Knight, it doesn't really help him when he doesn't have any base items at all. So he's still really strapped for cash, and GDB, they're going to take another tower in this bot lane, while at the same time holding on to their mid lane tower. Everyone from the Empire heading up towards the top lane. They want as much gold as they could possibly get, but GDB, they've been very adamant at defending their towers. Looks like this might be their first time they're going to let a tower fall, though they are starting to head up there. Do they have fortification? They do. Sing Sing still in the bot lane, pushing that tower down. The tower is going to drop on the bot lane. Tower going to drop on the top lane as well. Fortification, but oh, there's a smoke. So they're going to let the tower drop. Sing Sing teleporting in. The tower does drop. He's going to get a Sonic Trap. There's the lasso onto Silent, but he has a repel on him, not taking any damage. There's a beautiful Ice Path. The Macro Pyre as well, not too shabby. Funnick is not going to get anything off. Templar Assassin drops him in an instant, and then gets his ass out of there. Dismember onto Silent is going to bring him down. No, the Brain Sap is going to kill off the Templar Assassin, and then a friendly imprisonment. Black still trying to go toe-to-toe with Scandal, but Scandal doing some pretty good damage. Now going to go for the Venomancer. Is going to bring him down, but still getting kicked down pretty hard by the Poison. Black looking for a hook. They're going to miss the hook. Instead, drag a Centaur, but Batrider with the low ground Flame Break hit, picking that kill off, and Empire not taking a good fight there. Unfortunately for Empire, this Omni Knight just gets locked down every single fight, and Omni Knight he's a very survivable hero if you could get your spells off. Then you get like magic immunity, physical immunity, healing. It's all good, man. But he doesn't have 1,000 HP, which even Pugna has 1,000 HP. So this Omni Knight is really hurting as far as HP goes. He just got torn to shreds. then once that happens, Empire, they need that Omni Knight. Without that, they don't have any defensive capabilities aside from the friendly imprisonment. But I guess that bought them the TA kill as Sing Sing tried to move back in. I guess he didn't notice that Bandit Lentil was still alive in there, but still GDB. They did lose the tower, but hey, they got a pretty good trade. Tower on the bot lane did survive actually. Sing Sing was forced back, but to get a good trade, so it's all worth it there. Pudge does have a hood completed. Not gonna go for that earn charge build. I guess he felt he wasn't capable of making good use of it because of that aggressive tri lane up top. He was instead going for the very cookie cutter hood build. Probably gonna turn that into a pipe. Force staff, Aghanim Scepter, you know, all those good items for Pudge. And he's doing pretty well for himself. Gonna start building up a lot more strength. 1500 HP on him, and his hooks have so far been perfectly on point. Now it looks like that GDB might be prepping up for a Roshan. Their bot lane is getting pushed quite a little bit, so they might want to defend that, or defend that eventually. But they do have a maxed out meld, so the minus arm is going to help them against Roshan quite a bit. Croaky also with a couple of greater Eidolons, level 4 on those. So this Roshan is going to drop him with Pudge on the high ground. Empire, they're not going to be able to defend this. GDB, they're going to get themselves a free Roshan. It also helps when you have a Blink Dagger, Invisible Bat Rider waiting in the wings. So there goes the Roshan. Templar Assassin picking that one up. And she doesn't really have that much stuff. Bottom tower does get denied by Silent, but looks like it's going to be a straight Deso rush. Or BKB. Could be both, but now Go Black getting initiated upon by Bamboo right into the clutches of Black. Hook though, straight through onto Scandal. I think that was accidental, but it all worked out. There goes one. Scandal drops in an instant. Go Black trying to survive, do as much damage as he can before he goes down, but it's a double kill for Black. And now Funnick taking him Alpha Stun. He does have a repel on himself, so he should be fine. But I'm pretty sure that hook was accidental because I don't think GDB knew that the OD was there. So Black was trying to hook the Twin-Headed Dragon, the Jakiro, to kill him off, but flew straight through and hit the Outworld Destroyer. So what a great mistake from Black. And he's just hanging around the wings. This tier 2 tower is going to drop Empire. They could try to defend this with blast and everything like that, but they got to be careful because a single hook could mean the death of a hero. And Black looking for picks. Flame Breaks flying out as well. Sonic Traps keeping tabs on the entire enemy side. Ice Path gonna fly, not hit anyone. Plague Wards are up, so the push has been stymied at least for a little bit, but Croaky just needs another creep wave. Gonna make some more Eidolons. Flame Breakout, harassing Funnick back, doing so much damage from such a long range. Hook is going to, just barely miss Blow Your Brain. Pugnasaw's entire death flash before his eyes. The Blink It Bamboo does have a last hope once again. Yeah, there's a repel onto Blow Your Brain, but you know what? Repel doesn't protect you against hard right clicks from the TA. Is the Flame Break going to catch Go Black out on the low ground? He's going to drop as well. Buyback from the Pugna. Friendly Imprisonment is going to save the Pugna, which at least the Go Black, the Jakiro. Sorry, at least for a little bit. Alex now taking Fiend Script. There's finally Hand of God coming out. Funnick going to take out two. There's a 4-man, 2-man, 3-man Black Hole. I'm sorry, I cannot count apparently from Kuroki. No follow-up though. Funnick is going to drop, sitting in the rot. The Scandal does drop his ultimate, trying to do as much damage. He did pick up Kuroki's kill, but another imprisonment, friendly imprisonment from Scandal trying to save himself. Hook out on Bamboo is going to be enough. Scandal just one more hit. There goes the Bat Rider. And GDB, this time not taking that great a fight because of the Omni Knight. He survived this time, got his GA off. Or, he survived enough to get the GA off. And a hook again from Black, but an instant imprisonment. Black denied that kill, trying to run himself out of there. Scandal is going to survive. Force Staff forward onto Blow Your Brain, and Black can try to teleport out. No, Ninja Nightmare. Black, I don't like your chances, man. Ice Path, Dual Breath. And dead. And dead. And dead. There you go. Pudge overstaying his welcome just a little bit too long. But GDB did take the tower. They didn't have the greatest fight in the world, but TA doesn't have any items. So, I guess for an itemless hero, he's doing pretty good. Silent hunting by himself. Gonna try to do some aggressive warding, but he's gonna run straight into Bamboo. He's gonna think that that's an illusion. They gotta think that that's an illusion. Silent is just, whoa. He doesn't even have a teleportation scroll. Silent is gonna make his way out of here. Even Silent thought he was dead. But I guess the incoming mid lane push is what scared off the GDB squad. Without Pudge, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for them to take down this tower. Scandal does have the repel on him, Force Staff as well. They're going to go straight to the high ground, where Silent has initiated onto Kuroki. Ice Path is going to land, even regardless of that Force Staff. Force Staff forward from Scandal, plus Bean's Grip. Kuroki's going to drop in an instant. Sing Sing going to try to do as much damage as he can. The refraction protecting him from those huge arcane orb hits. But it is going to mean the death of the tier 1 tower. Silent with the ninja plays from him. Hey, he warded and got a kill, or an assist, so everything working out for this Bandit Elemental, at least for right now. GDB without the Pudge, unable to defend that tower. Without their Pudge, that's their initiation. They don't have a Blink Dagger on the Enigma. They don't have a Blink Dagger on the TA. They do have the Blink Dagger on the Batrider, plus a Force Staff, so Bambo can initiate. He has been initiating as well, but really it's Pudge on the front lines. It's really making things happen for the GDB squad, and without the Pudge, you cannot make things happen. Now Black hunting around with the haste rune, not going to find anyone, however. Take a look at some of the charts right now. Gold earned slowly heading towards Empire, but the experience earned still in favor of GDB, and as I was saying before, experience a little bit more important for them than gold. You could see the Templar Assassin not at the top as much as you would expect from Sing Sing's TA. Having a rough mid lane will do that to you. There is the BKB up in production, which is going to help him quite a bit. Once you get the BKB up, the Outward Destroyer doesn't do anything, and really no one else does anything either. So the BKB is going to be the most valuable item for GDB. Of course, the pipe is up on Pudge as well, so that's going to cut a lot of Empire's effective damage. BKB is also going up on Enigma, and nothing could go through. Nothing could. No, Fiend's Grip could go through. Fiend's Grip could go through BKB, so it's not a for sure BKB, but it's BKB Black Hole, but it should be pretty effective regardless. Empire, on the other hand, they do have a Force Staff finally up on Scandal, sitting on 1700 gold as well. Pugna's building up his Aghanim Scepter to get that life drain going. Mech up on the Omni Knight, and Jakiro with the nothing build. So Empire kind of hurting for gold at this point, because they did have a tower denied from them, I believe. Was this? No, they got 2 towers. Yeah, they denied the tower. They denied this tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So Black gonna go fishing. He's gonna find Funnick. There's the instant dismember, but he does have a lot of support this time. Friendly imprisonment. Black taking a lot of damage from the brain sap plus a blast, but Funnick is going to come right back into a net from the Batrider. They do not like this Omni Knight as well. They should. Now, the thing with BKB is going to get a 4-man Psionic Trap hook onto Sing Sing, getting in the way of Black. Go Black is going to take a friendly to imprisonment, so he's going to survive at least for the moment. Silent going to get another brain sap on the Bamboo. He's trying to fly out through the trees. One more hit from Scandal is going to do him in, but he's going to get pushed in farther through the trees from the Flame Break. There's a huge OD ultimate, can do a lot of damage, but not actually kill one. Kuroki is going to drop. Sing Sing is going to get Fiend's Grip. He's going to get Nightmared as well. Still bottling through that. He's going to be just fine, at least for the moment. He's going to get blasted. There he goes. Black still around. He's going to get hooked onto Go Black. Does he have a dismember? He does have a dismember. He's going to get onto Silent. He's just going to town on everyone from the Empire side. There goes 1. There goes 2. Maybe looking for Blow Your Brain. Gale is going to hit on Blow Your Brain as Alex is trying to make things happen by himself. Earn charge onto the Pugna, and the Life Drain is going to get him enough life to survive that, and not only survive that, but go up to full HP. It's going to be a 3-for-3 trade. Oh no, 3-for-4. Damn, Omni Knight got killed one more time. So GDB getting better and better trades at this point. Pipe wasn't even used by Pudge. Kind of a weird initiation fight, and Black Hole was also not used. So GDB, I mean, they've been picking up the Omni Knight every single time, and Funnick's got to be careful about that. You can't get hooked. If you get hooked on the Omni Knight, you're pretty much dead. Even though it didn't kill him outright, the Batrider was spamming his lasso right on top of that imprisonment, and Funnick couldn't get a single spell off before he got completely chain locked down. Empire, if they had the GA up, if they had a repel on, you know, say the Outworld Destroyer, that fight would have looked so different, but unfortunately GDB just targeting correctly, making sure that Empire cannot get any of their key spells out onto the field. Even though they got hit pretty hard by the OD ultimate, it simply wasn't enough to actually do any damage, because OD doesn't have that many items. He has 4 staff, power treads, and a null talisman. 26 minutes in. He has a lot of gold, but gold isn't going to help you, really. You need a lot of intelligence for the Sanity's Eclipse to really be worth it. Maybe get a steal from Astral Imprisonment, but when you're stealing, or when you're casting it defensively on your allies, you're not going to get that intelligence. So Scandal still not doing that much damage. They could try to hold on for just a little bit more, but late game, I don't know if TA versus the Outworld Destroyer with the TA with the BKB. Destroyer is not going to be able to do her in one versus one. Especially when Pudge is going to get a lot bigger as well. Going to sit in the middle with Ra and everything. Just unpleasantry for everyone. So GDB is still holding firm to their lead in this game. Now some big items are going to start to come up. BKB is up on the Enigma. Bambo ready with the 4-staff Bling Dagger. Dragged the Omni Knight pretty deep into his team. And Sing Sing with the BKB as well. They're going to go for Blurry Brain. And Black is around, but don't even need to hook him. Just go right up. Oh, gonna hook him anyway. Melee range. Really necessary? Not really, but plus 34 strength from Pudge. 11-3-11. This Pudge is beefy as all hell. So much magic resistance right there. And even though the Arcane Orb, does pure damage, the plus damage that it does just isn't enough. It's pure damage, which is great, but it's still not enough compared to the amount of health that Pudge has. 15 regeneration per second, not bad either. Black looking for a hook. Go Black in a very odd position. He's gonna get him alpha stun. 4-staff forward is Black. He's gonna just rot him down. Hook onto Silent. He actually wants the Band Elemental. He's gonna get the Band Elemental as well. No Brain Sap, no Fiend's Grip. Go Black still getting tar stacked onto him. Flame Break is gonna do him in. Empire leading heroes once again as GDB walking through the Macropyre. They don't care. They're just gonna farm heads, take names, get chew bubblegum, all that good stuff. You know what I'm trying to say. They're going to go straight for the tier 2 tower, and Empire, they're not going to be able to defend this. They are also going to get a little bit of heat on this bottom lane tower, which is a couple creeps there, but GDB, they're going to keep going. They know that they have at least 20 seconds of pure power, and even with a 5v5, with a Pudge, they can siege all day. Bambo is going to get a latch onto Phonic. He's going to get imprisoned, but a 2-man black hole. Once again, this Omni Knight not going to get anything done. He's going to get dismembered instantly, and there he goes. No spells at all, not even time for a mech, which takes 0 time to cast. There goes another kill for the Pudge. How much strength does he have? Got to keep tabbing the strength. 41 strength. Outrageous. He is packing an Ogre Club and then a freaking Reaver on top of that. Blurry Brain, I don't know what he's trying to do against all these heroes. He's going to try to life drain Kuroki, but then the tether thing just broke him. And Sing Sing, with one single hit, is going to do him in. Alex is in a little bit of a rough position. He's going to drop as well, but, it's just a support betting answer. It's not a big deal. GDB, they're going to fall back as Silent trying to chase for the Fiend's Grip or something, but with everyone pretty low, they're all just going to fall back, and really, they got what they came for. They're pressuring Empire to the point where they can't get anything done. They can't effectively leave their lanes, or else, you saw what happened to Pugna over here. And their farm is just getting really, really restricted. And OD, he needs farm. He's going to go for a Sheep Stick, which is going to help him quite a bit versus this TA if he can get it off before the BKB lands. But TA, going to go for the Yasha. He's going to go for a Manta Style. Going to get that machine gun thing going for the TA. That's going to be very, very dangerous. But with only 2 in the Roshan pit, Empire, they do know Roshan is up. So this could be very good 2-man pick-off if they do land a good Ice Path on Sing Sing and Kuroki and then chain stun them down. Eidolon going to scout out, but there is no True Sight. They're going to get initiated upon. The Ice Path is going to miss them completely, though. Oh, dear. Bambo going to force staff himself out with Scandal in tow. Scandal's not going to take any damage, though. Fiend's Grip on the Sing Sing not taking any damage because of the freaking Repel, which I don't know how he has Repel on him, but it's there anyway. Sing Sing just invulnerable right now. Scandal is going to get a lot of damage dealt to him as Black on the high ground does pick up the Jakiro, going to rot his way forward onto the OD. Silent going to try to do what he can, but he's going to drop as well. Scandal is also going to fall. That's a 4-man wipe for GDB. They're just going to go right back into that Roshan pit, and I think at this point, Empire have completely run out of steam. Their OD pick not working out for them, and Omni Knight just being chain stun down every single fight. It's a good idea. I like the idea. Omni Knight OD, solid combo, especially when you have such a long range support cast for your laning phase. But it's just not enough. OT isn't farmed enough, and you can see the gold per minute. It's just dominated by GDB heroes. And Bambo going to initiate onto Blurry Brain, who's also going to die with the Dismember. 49 bonus strength. That is insane. Insanity. 177. He's doing 200 damage a hit. This guy is not tiny. It's Pudge. He's going to get another hook onto the Jakiro, but no Dismember this time. So, oh no, they're going to go for multiple initiations onto Silence, and he's going to try to self-nightmare himself, but I don't know if I like his odds there. Black with the BKB. Going to get another hook onto Scandal. It doesn't have the Dismember once again, so he's not going to make anything happen. Scandal doing what he can. Sing Sing is going to burn his Aegis, but he does have an evacuation plan. Black, get me out of here, man. Oh no, he's going to go for the Twin-Headed Dragon instead. Bambo with one right click steals that kill. Black should be at 50 by now. 50 bonus strength. Beautiful strength growth from Pudge. And GDB, they're just farming the enemy heroes at their tower. They still haven't picked up any Raxes yet, so I guess Empire could still technically make a comeback. But right now, 17 to 40, it's not looking good. As GDB, they're just going to fall right on back, get a little bit more health, get a little bit more mana, and then I guess push in Doom Push style. Because Empire, they really can't do anything. Even friggin' Venomancer has an Aghanim Scepter for a lot more poison damage. So it's not looking good for GDB. Their item progression has been so stagnant. I mean, the mech is great, but that's pretty much it. He's had that for a while now. And OD is not doing that bad as far as his farm goes, but his gold per minute is it's not enough. It's not enough. Empire, they're not going to give up quite yet. They're going to smoke gank, try to look for picks, delay the inevitable push that's going to come from them. They might run into Bambo, but the Force Staff, Blink Dagger plus a haste rune, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to actually lock him down. It's the Empire. They're going to make a sharp turn down. They see Black there, so they know where Black is. The rest of the team is most likely to follow. This is probably going to be the last team fight of the game. If Empire loses, they win. This game will continue, but if not, that's going to mean Raxes at least. They do spot out Kuroki, who does have a BKB, still 8 seconds on that. And Empire, they gotta defend this tower. Because GDB, at this point, they see on the high ground. They know that no one's up there, so they know that they've got to be careful from all angles. They're gonna push in straight for the tower. There they go, and blow your brain. Gonna drop down into another war, but a push back from the Batrider. Huge flame break there. Scandal, a little bit out of position, gonna take a huge melt hit as well. All the BKBs are being popped. Go Black, being the target of focus for Black. He's gonna go to town on him. There he goes. Does drop instantly as Batrider also drops, but he buys back instantly. Scandal is now gonna get hit in a black hole with Funnick. Not enough damage to actually do them in because of that Guardian Angel, but there's the melt hit, gonna bring down the Outworld Destroyer. Sonic Traps popping all over the place, gonna kill Funnick before he can get a single purification on him. And Silent is going to get denied by Blow Your Brain, but cute plays at this point. It's all over. 44 to 18. GDB do take this set over Empire from the Starseries Season 3. There's nothing that Empire can do. There's the GG well played, so making sure I don't get too ahead of myself. I was like, as soon as I said that, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that. Empire, they're not going to give up. But then they gave up, so it's good. So that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Empire versus GDB. It does go to GDB, and well, I think there's only a couple more sets of games, like 2 or 3 best of 3s, or 1 best of 5 at least in the grand finals. So that's what is left. And then once I have that, I was actually looking at some of the other games that I have available to me. The Absolute Arena King of the Hill was played a couple weeks ago, and I didn't notice. So there's a couple games for there. I will be casting those as well because, well, I have access to that tournament. I might as well do that. And aside from that, try to get some Slark gameplay for you guys. Thank you for supporting me, and if you haven't subscribed, then I do appreciate subscriptions. It makes me very happy, and it makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time sitting here, just speaking into my microphone. I'm just gonna speed through this as Sing Sing goes to town on this Ancient. That's gonna be it, guys. More stuff coming in the future now that I am back to my regular casting spot. I will be able to bring more and more videos to you guys as opposed to the 0 that I've been giving you this past week. So there's a score screen. GG.